All right, y'all. So I'm at this side of the cemetery, and I'm going to share a funny little story. First of all, I went down that road over there and to show you some of the old graves. And yeah, I stopped recording because it was kind of rainy there, and I thought for a second there I was going to get stuck. I'm on a good road now, so nothing's going to happen. But before I leave, I want to show you this one little tombstone. So this has a wonderful story. This is our mausoleum in town, a famous little mausoleum, and I will do a more in-depth story. But let me tell you, this was owned by a guy in Caddo many years ago, I think the early 1900s. He owned a hotel and a store, pretty rich guy, and would travel all over and to pick up stuff for the stores, shopping, things like that, and be gone for months at a time or weeks at a time. And he came back one day and found that his wife had committed suicide. Now, they had already buried her by the time he got back. And he was so devastated by this that he dug up the body and built a mausoleum for her. Not only did he build a mausoleum, but he built a glass tombstone inside. And he would come all the time, dressed her. He would come and do her hair, make sure everything looked good for years. He even had caretakers that came and did that for him. And people would pay and come and go see the glass tombstone. And students and kids in high school would come and look. Finally, he remarried a few years later. I don't know how long, 5 or 6 years later, who knows. And he moved to Dallas, and he lived. And when he died, he came back and he was buried here with his second wife and his first wife in this mausoleum. Now, I have seen inside, and it is no longer a glass tombstone. They have covered that up. They have sealed the door because I had such a problem with people wanting to break into it to see it, so they had to seal it. But that is our famous little mausoleum. But he was a rich guy. But it just shows you that you can have money, but you may not always have happiness. Because back then, she was probably suffering. Back then they didn't know what depression was. They didn't know what mental illness was, or just heartbreak. And we don't really know why she committed suicide. My guess is he's never home. Maybe he was cheating on her. Who knows? But yeah, that's the story here. Well, anyway, this is our beautiful cemetery, and that's the cool story. I am going to let you go, and I hope you all have a blessed and a great day.